Right then, Stu, we're at the Wham Stadium. Ipswich Town have lost again. That's third loss in 4 visits here. Every time fans have been here to watch Ipswich Town, they've lost. And to boot, they've let a lead slip again, which after Tuesday night's big win at home to Doncaster is not really what any of us were hoping or expecting, really. And that goes as far as Paul Cook and the players.
Yeah, that's the definition of back down to earth with a bump, isn't it? Ipswich have thrashed Doncaster 6-0 at home on Tuesday. 4 days later, I don't think anyone was underestimating that Accrington can be a physical, tricky side to play here. But for me, I was hopeful that this was a new Ipswich, that this was an Ipswich that could navigate these sort of games, that wouldn't be bullied physically in these sort of games, that would be able to stand up to that battle, and ultimately the quality would shine through. And didn't happen again today. It was a familiar tale of what we've seen Ipswich against Accrington since they've come down into League One. Paul Cook just said afterwards, an absolutely shocking performance. We didn't win the battles, we didn't match their work ethic, and deserved to lose that game.
Yeah, I think so. As it wore on, I think that's when those battles begun to be lost. It was never a pretty game throughout the entire 90 minutes, was it? Neither side were able to get the ball down and play. I'm not sure Accrington wanted to do that. Ipswich clearly did. They had an attacking lineup that's got Bersant Salina, Wes Burns and Scott Fraser in it. They need the ball. They don't need bouncing balls in the air, and that's what Ipswich never did. They never were able to win the battles to give those players the chance to play. But for me, the first half was okay. It was an awful game. It wasn't good to watch, but they went in at half-time 1-0 up because they did produce a moment of quality in amongst a pretty poor half of football. Macaulay Bonne with a really nice finish, sliding home for his 8th of the season. And I think at that point I was feeling like you just said, Stu, that maybe they might find a way to win this one with a quality moment. But after the break, I guess they actually kind of let a lead slip within their 10 minutes span, which we were experiencing earlier in the season with this team.
Yeah, just see out 10, 15 minutes. It's a horrible, scrappy game, but you've got the lead. Just a bit of game management again, which we were talking about earlier in the season. Managed to concede, and then to me, it looked like there was only going to be one winner from there. Yeah. Accrington took a real lift from that. They've got a small but very vocal pocket of fans behind that goal that they were attacking, and they made this a horrible, frantic, scrappy game, balls in the air, as is their right, because they've shipped 12 goals in their previous games coming into this, and they just went back to basics and made it a fight. And I hate to use the word complacency, but maybe Ipswich just thought we can just come and blow teams away with the performance that they had on Tuesday. And not many teams are as bad as Doncaster, and you don't have 20-odd thousand behind you. It's a different kettle of fish here. It was lashing down with rain. I feel really sorry for those Ipswich Town fans, 800 or so, who travelled, that were in that open air terracing over to our right hand side here. They got absolutely soaked. They might be questioning their life choices on the long journey home from Lancashire today. And the winner really encapsulated Ipswich's performance today. Matt Penny was too slow to close the cross. Lee Evans lost the first header at the near post, and then the goal scorer Harry Pearl got in front of Janoy Donasian to finish as well. So that in itself just encapsulated Ipswich losing too many of those little 50-50s all over the pitch today, and deserved to lose. Back down to earth, a bit of a reality check, and ultimately it still leaves Ipswich in 19th. It ends that little mini run, and it's another little mini false dawn for Ipswich.
It's not at the stage where you need to have crazy alarm bells ringing in this game, but all the while, all these little results do is that the gap is getting bigger. It's not insurmountable at this stage to even get to 6th, or there's 3 teams on 22 points at the top of the table now, but it's just getting harder as the games go on, isn't it? We're into October now, and we would without going mad and getting the alarm bells ringing off in our heads, it's getting a bit dicey, isn't it? I would say in terms of the ground that has to be made up.
Yeah, I'd go as far as saying top 2 maybe has gone now, and that was the stated aim of this club with the players that they signed and the backing that they've got. They came into this season gunning for the title, and if we're already sitting here in early October talking about top 2 possibly being gone, which it's looking that way now, and you know it's not great, is it? This start they've made.
No, you're looking at 2 points a game, more than that now, and this is a team that haven't been doing that. You kind of from now you'd have to do that all the way through to challenge for that position. They've not been doing it. It's a real spark that would have to happen for that to be able to happen. It's not impossible, but more results like this, the more unlikely it becomes.
Yeah, not a lot else to add to that one. We're still letting this result settle in. I think there is an element of shock. I think that we were expecting a lot more today. Ipswich next in action at Gillingham on Tuesday night in the EFL Trophy. I think there'll be a lot of changes there. A very senior side, still a real opportunity actually for all of those players now to put their hand up and say, I deserve a chance in this team. It was an unchanged team today, rightly so. Chance on Tuesday night for some people to put up their hand and say, I deserve my chance when Shrewsbury come to Portman Road next weekend. So let's see. Ipswich responded well to the Bolton setback. They need to respond well to this one.